Hey guys, welcome to episode 9 of the first season here at FC Köln. We start with a game away from home against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Not that confident about that fixture, to be completely honest. We followed that up with a game at home against Bayern Munich. Not that confident about that game, to be honest. But we've heard to Berlin after that, which we certainly could win. And then Schalke to end the month, which, again, we could do well in. And then we've only a few short months before the end of this first season, and we can think about cracking on in season 2 and pushing for those European spots. We've dropped to 10th as everyone else has played, or everyone but Frankfurt and Bayern have played their 20th games now. Dortmund still looking strong at the top, although Bayern are trying their hardest to keep up with them, and we're solidly top of the bottom half. Only they're below Wolfsburg though on goal difference, and only 3 points behind Frankfurt in 8th. Trying desperately in the 14 games remaining to catch Leverkusen in 6th. A win against Mönchengladbach in this first game will go a long way towards that, but we'll have to wait and see if we can get the positive results we need. Looking to have yet further impacts from Lukas Podolski, who's obviously, as you can see, got his morale up. So fingers crossed his performances will improve. He's been decent so far, to be fair. And Rafael Leao is hopefully... Actually, I was contemplating, and I am going to start Rafael Leao out on the left-hand side. Let's give it a go and see what he can do against Mönchengladbach. Thought about it last episode. I think I'm actually going to commit to it. Let's see what we can do. Right, drop the video a like if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to don't miss out on any more. And actually, we'll start with this press conference for Mönchengladbach to try and raise morale that a little bit further. And hopefully give ourselves a better chance of victory. Anthony Modesta is in good form. Will we see more of him today? Absolutely not. Nothing personal, but he's not good enough. How have you prepared for the next match against your rival, Borussia Mönchengladbach? The performance must be better. It's like any other match. We're ready. We feel like we're ready. Kind of. I hope that we're ready. Anyway, your recent form suggests you'll be able to steer clear of the bottom of the table. Do you have enough depth in your squad to maintain your momentum? Definitely. We're not going to be dropping in the relegation zone, I don't think. We've got just enough about us to ensure we stay kind of best of the rest in the bottom half. And then moving forward from there, we hope to improve going further up the table. But time will tell if we're actually able to pull that off. We'll play in the red this time. We haven't played in red for a while, and we certainly won't be able to play in red against Bayern Munich. So let's see what we can do. Off to Borussia Park to play Mönchengladbach in the snow. Jan Sommer in goal for them, no surprise there. 4 at the back, Bensebaini, Ginty, Jansk and Lehner. Zakaria, Strobel and Christoph Kramer, with Johnson, Embolo and Traore as the front 3. A similar team that played against them before. I can't actually remember what the result was. I think we lost, but I genuinely can't remember. It is a derby of sorts, supposedly. I don't know where Borussia Mönchengladbach are in terms of their geography in Germany. I know where FC Köln are, and obviously Düsseldorf and Leverkusen are right next door. I'm not sure where Mönchengladbach actually sit though, but supposedly they're not that far away. I'll have to Google it, I guess. But we'll wait and see how we get on here in this fixture. And to be fair, we started off very brightly indeed, although that pass certainly could have been better, as could that turn. And Corder will play through Schaub on his left foot. Oh, I didn't feel confident enough on his right. Skiri looking for Rafael Leao, powering his way through. No. Oh, I should have... There's been some calls in the comment section, actually, for me to just shoot in certain situations, like perhaps that one there with Schaub. Genuinely, after playing with this team, I do not feel confident with players in that situation to just shoot. It's not going to be successful for me. I know it's not going to work. So that's why I don't do it. It might look slightly awkward when watching the games. And like I'm purposefully, well, not purposefully, but like I'm almost making things more difficult for myself by turning back and looking for an extra pass. But I don't have the quality of player to just let fly from the edge of the box like that. I know it's not going to work for me because these players aren't that good. And I haven't got the evidence to show the experience with this team to see that I'm going to get results by playing that way. That's why I end up taking the extra pass, turning the extra time, slowing the move down a little bit more. That's why we're not being quite as good in front of goal, because we just don't have the quality. But We could do something here. If Rafael Leao can make the run around the outside of me, and we can get him in behind. Now, this certainly is an opportunity where I can shoot. Oh! But he's missed the target. Traore. Back to Kramer. Liner down the line to Ibrahima Traore. Back again to Liner. What can we do? In there to Christoph Kramer. Back to Zakaria. Kramer again. They're playing the extra pass about the minute, and the shot finally does come in, and Timo Horn comfortably pushes it around the post for a corner. Fabian Johnson with the delivery. It's decent. And Mbolo with a header that wasn't decent. Kramer. Down there to Mbolo. Here's Traore. Kramer again. Liner. Pulling me about on this near side here. Oh, Jonas Hector steps in nicely. Quickly forward. Schaub turns well. Oh, no strength though. No strength whatsoever. So weak. That's a theme of this series so far as well. Even my strong players haven't felt strong. So the weak ones just feel like they're made of paper. Not actual muscle. Johnson out wide here to Ben Sebaini. We hold out till half time. I think we will. Indeed we do. Difficult game this. Their fans seemingly quite happy with a 0-0 draw so far though. They're jumping up and down for joy. Too much to shout about for them, to be honest. That one effort that was well saved, and then from the corner, well, they've had a lot of the ball. I didn't realise we'd been that bad in possession. Right, we know what we have to improve on in the second half then, don't we? Schindler. Inside to Kosciello. Schaub is there, and we'll play him through. And on his left foot, he is in behind now. And we know he can finish on this left foot. Oh, but Jan Sommer with a good save. My first proper real chance this second half. My only real proper chance this second half. And Johnson's kept that in well. Again, dominated me, but it's them on the counter-attack this time after we had the opportunity. Right, this is getting very stretched. Side to side, end to end, the ball goes. Rafael Leao, I've got support here short. We'll look for Rafael Leao in again. And for the second time for him. Thrown all the way back to their back line. Matthias Ginter forward to Dennis Zakaria. Chong has gone to Frankfurt. He was a recommendation by you guys in the comment section for me to potentially try and sign in this save. Oh, that's a brilliant goal from Borussia Mönchengladbach. They're making their dominance pay finally. It's typical. Just as we start to get ourselves back into the game and start to create a couple of chances, they finally get themselves a goal at the other end. Only his 6th goal of the season, Briltonald Mbola, but it might be enough to sink us here. Our changes have been made. Whether that will hopefully spur us on to do something else, we'll wait and see. But Podolski holding on to the ball well there. And Kosciello has movement of Florian Kainz outside of him. Get back there looking for Shout. Oh, it's Kosciello. Oh, but Christoph Kramer's too strong. Oh, Kosciello. I might start playing Verstrata ahead of Kosciello, just purely for the physicality. And then when the opposition players are tired, maybe then we can bring on the creativity of Kosciello as a substitute. I might have to. I am training Kosciello. I'm going to have a look at his training modules and try and up his strength because he just isn't strong enough. It's blatantly obvious that that is the main downside to his game because on the ball he's pretty decent. Mbolo could make it too. He hasn't. It's a good save. Oh, but the ball away isn't good enough, and Johnson's probably going to turn back into the middle. Get rid, please. Right, counter. Come on. Come on, Lucas. We know he's not as fast as he used to be, but Rafael Leao ahead of you has got some pace. Now, can he get around the defender? No, he seemingly ran into Ginter, and I couldn't seem to move him either side to run around him. Oh, given away again. Schindler. Scary. Oh, couldn't get it under control, really. But now Leao's in behind. Come on, Rafael. This time, please. This time, please. Onto his right foot. Rafael Leao! First goal for the club, and it's the leveller in the 89th minute. Yes! Let's go! Lucas Podolski there to celebrate with him. Florian Kainz as well, moving Rafael Leao up top, has made the difference. Finally, a bit of composure from him in front of goal. Tried to do a step over and a turn inside there. He just turned. But regardless, he has buried it, so we have to be happy enough with that, even though it wasn't entirely responsive to what I was doing with the controller. Top finish, though. The other two were woeful, but in his first goal for the club, he's tucked that away brilliantly, and we will take a point from Borussia Park. And I'm delighted with that. And in what is a derby of sorts, will be thrilled to have avoided defeat. He says, yes, to have avoided defeat. And hopefully that last-minute equaliser could spur us on to do something against Bayern. Because we drew against them last time, of course. Right, post-match press conference, again, we'll try and raise morale before the game. They're talking about Modesta. I tried to skip the pre-scene, but he's not a priority right now, Anthony Modesta, so don't need to worry about him. You managed to get the equaliser in the last minute. Rather lucky to walk out with a draw, wouldn't you agree? I think we deserved it with the way we fought back in that second half. I think it's a bit harsh to say we didn't deserve a point. The match against your rival ended in a draw. How did you find this match? We need to work harder for sure. We're going to have to work harder against Bayern. But if we can take it that extra next level, then surely we can try and close the gap to those above us. Again, averaging a goal a game. Our 20th goal in 21 games and our 9th draw of the season. And that's been our issue this season. 6 wins, 6 defeats, 9 draws. More draws than anyone else in the league. Level with Mainz. Mainz have 9 draws as well. That's what we need to do. We need to turn those draws into victories. Lucas Podolski is happy that he's playing games. And the Köln board, talking about us financially, reduced the player wages by £44,500 a week. Not going to be able to do that, I'm afraid. Never mind. Not to worry. Right. He's getting trained there. Cotsiello. Now, am I training his strength anywhere? That's something I was talking about. Yes, we are, but it's still only 34. Or it is now 34. So that's definitely where Cotsiello needs to improve. I am going to take Cotsiello out. I'm going to put Verstrata in. And we'll see what he can do in that role instead. And Cordoba can come out. We'll throw Leao up top at striker. And we'll put Florian Kainz back in the starting lineup. Right. FC Bayern München coming to the Rhein-Energie-Stadion next. Right, Bayern starting lineup. Manuel Neuer in goal. Alaba, Hernandez, Martinez and Pavard at the back. Tolisso and Goretzka in there. 2 holding with Perisic, Coutinho and Gnabry. And then up top, Iñaki Williams. Because, of course, they sold Robert Lewandowski in this save. Wait and see if Iñaki can score against us again, which he did last time. Of course, we took a shot 1-0 lead against Bayern. And then Iñaki Williams, with a header from a set piece, equalised to lead us to one of our 9 draws. And almost all of those draws have been 1-1 as well, frustratingly. Skiri, we'll see what we can do against Bayern for the second time this season. Oh, it's a little bit loose, but thankfully Gnabry doesn't have the pace to get to that, which is not something you say very often. We'll look to play Rafael Leao in here. We get the step over in the turning side this time. Yes, we can. And Schaub, trying to turn on his left, but Luca Hernandez has a lot to say about that. Very strong physical challenge, and Bayern have it back. Good header by Hizibay. Alaba in there to Perisic, dropping one way then the other. Good physicality from Hizibay, and somehow we've scrambled that away. Coutinho wins it back off Schaub though. To be honest, the pass that went back to the keeper wasn't meant for the keeper at all. Goretzka's found that through to Tolisso. And it's beautifully done. And Horn denies him. Anton away only as far as Goretzka. And Horn reacts well again. I don't quite know how he's gotten across to that second one. Great technique from Leon Goretzka. On the volley. Good technique to get it down into the corner. And Horn across to palm the bouncing ball away. Bayern dominating so far. Any foul in there? No. Verstrata poke that through the gap. Right, come on then, Florian. What have we got? Counter-attack. Florian Kainz racing away. Racing away. Still racing away. Oh, go away, Perisic! You just won't leave me alone. Florian Kainz still battling through. It's going to come to Neuer, who you can barely see against the background of the snowy floor. And we'll stay at 0-0. Schindler across there to Kainz. I'll hit it first time. Forward looking for Rafael Leao. Williams. Coutinho, worried about this, worried about Williams as well. Jorge Mera deals with it nicely. Wasn't sure whether to close the man down or to try and mark the potential pass. I don't know what that was from Schaub, though. Woeful attempt at a pass to try and play that through. Here's Iñaki Williams. Back to Goretzka. He's got the option out wide. It could play for Iñaki Williams again. There's Corentin Tolisso. Opened up for him. Mera with a block on it, I think. And Timo Horn palms it behind. Pressure from Bayern so far. A lot of pressure from Bayern. Good whip, though. Away by... Oh, not away by Kines. Goretzka off the bar. Win this header. Timo Horn gets there to Lisso. Oh, he's almost ducked underneath it on the line. The defender had that covered. The keeper didn't need to come and punch that at all. And unfortunately, it's going to lead to us going behind because he's then not in the right position. Oh, he's come to punch it. He's flattened the defender. I need to see a different angle. Was the defender on the line able to get to that and ducked underneath it? No, probably not. 1-0 Bayern. He's a great to lay out. Flick, that was nice. Scary. Schaub, through. No! Why have you played it that side, the defender? Where is... Oh, I need to have a look at that again. I swear I have not played it that side of the defender at all. You play that to the left. To the left, to the left, to the left. Why have you done that? What is that pass recognition? Give me a break. That surely should have been 1-1. I'm fighting hard here to get myself back in the game, but I need a helping hand from my players to actually play the ball where I've asked them to play it. Oh, that's infuriating. Coutinho finds Perisic. I don't know how Perisic is doing in real life, actually, for Bayern. Oh, it's going to squeeze over the line, is it? No, we'll get rid of it. Oh, dearie me. Oh, wow. And thankfully, Benjamin Pavard messes up his touch there as well. The conditions very nearly led to Bayern's second there. That got very nervy as the ball was trickling towards the line. I don't think the defender was ever in doubt of getting there. How's that not a foul then? Pavard just ran into the back of me and clattered me and I lost possession. He then fell to the floor. And play continued. That's really strange. Verstrata trying to squeeze it through the gap that was ever closing. The hour mark comes and will soon go. And I have a feeling this game is going to go as well. If they get a second, we are dead. Iñaki Williams is in behind. They might get it here. He's probably going to have to cut back. We read that well. Jorge Mera with a strong challenge, but a fair one. Schaub away to Schindler. Into Schaub again. I'll use Verstrata here. And we'll look for Schaub again. And I need Rafael Leao to make a run off me. And he's just rather reluctant at the minute. Skiddy. Go across looking for Schaub though. And it hits Verstrata. I have not had any luck with my passing in today's game. Now, oh, plan to play through Florian Kainz, who's onside here. Will settle. Manuel Neuer. That was all I could really do there, was just take my time and try and find a corner. That's a decent delivery. Neuer's come for it and punched it, but it's not gone too far clear. Got Cielo down to Anton. He's got Cielo again. He's off the bench to try and change things around for us, or at least help to try and change things around. Skiri, oh, can't get it through the gap. And Iñaki Williams brings it down, and they're very patient and calm at the back. Ivan Perisic. I brought on Cielo and Lucas Podolski. I can't believe I've missed that chance with Florian Kainz. Absolutely kicking myself for missing that. I was just in two minds. I was like, do I drill it hard and low and try and go underneath Neuer? Passing's not been on point here, has it? Do I go hard and low and go underneath Neuer? Do I try and place it in the corner? I went for the placing it in the corner option, and it just didn't work for me. And that is going to be the difference between us and another 1-1 draw. Or is it? It might even yet be 2-0. Good save by Timo Horn. David Silva off the bench very nearly, getting them a second to compound my misery. Scary picks up a yellow card, and despite Iñaki Williams going off now, they're still going to get the win here by Munich. We held them to a 1-1 draw at the Allianz, but it's going to be 1-0 to Bayern, unfortunately at home for us. Expected, but with that late chance of Florian Kainz, I can't believe I've let a point slip. It was my only shot of the entire game. Don't really want to go to a post-match press conference after that. Complete and utter dominance from Bayern. They battered us. The battering of Bayern. Right, up next was Hertha Berlin, although I think I might sim that and then play Schalke. I'm not yet sure which way round to do the final two games. Right, I think I'm going to sim the away game and play the home game. Hertha are 12th and right behind us. Schalke are 8th and above us, as you can see there. And in my experience so far on this realism mod, home and away sims don't tend to actually make that much difference. At least they haven't so far. I haven't necessarily won my home games or had better fortunes in my home games, and I haven't necessarily had worse fortunes in my away games. So thus far, it doesn't seem to make too much of a difference. So hopefully we can get something from this FC Köln versus Hertha Berlin game as Derrida gives them the lead in the 54th minute. Rafael Leao is off for John Cordoba. And it's to be a 1-0 defeat against Hertha Berlin. Frustrating, but not all that unexpected. We're still in 11th place. We'll have a quick look through these scout reports. That's no, that's a no. I'm only going to want the best of the best. You might be half decent, 6'2". We'll give him one more month. No. We've got a lot of youngsters here actually in this one report. Loads of people. Been busy. Oh, we'll give you another month as well actually. Sem Visser. Thomas van der Linden. That'll be no. Sam Brewer. That'll be no. And you'll be no as well. Okay, we'll wait and see what... Oh, they're both Vissers. I wonder if they're brothers or related at least. Cousins perhaps. What about in Germany? Those two are certainly no. That's a probable no as well. 52 to 80, no. That's a no. And that's a no. It would be nice to perhaps get someone from a different position. We've got a lot of centre mids at the minute. Right. At home against Schalke. We'll boost the confidence a little bit with the press conference if we can. And then hopefully get a victory after that. FC Köln have not won any of their last 5. We can win today is what I'll say. We're on a similar run to what we had at the beginning of the season. We kind of won the game to start the year, drew the next, and then didn't win for a little while. We'll do our best as always, but I believe Schalke battered us last time we played them. Your recent form suggests you'll be able to stay clear of the bottom. I said that before, our momentum isn't dropping. We're certainly going to keep clear of the relegation zone. In fact, how far clear of the relegation zone are we? 10 points. 10 points down to the relegation playoff zone, or relegation playoff spot that Hoffenheim currently occupy. Paderborn still without a win, but we have the 4th worst goal scoring record in the entire league, despite being 9 places off the bottom, or 8 places off the bottom. 12 points between us and Europe. Not confident, but I promise you I will fight. Right then, Nubel in goal for Schalke. Miranda, Nastasic, Sané and Caligiuri as a back 4. Mascarell and Stambouli holding. They're 3. Bergstaller, Grealish, new signing, sat behind Ut up top. It was Skibirski or Skizbiska. Him on the right hand side. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Not even going to try. I'll call him Skippy. Skippy on the right for Schalke. Hopefully we can have a Skippy performance. Nice to be playing not in the snow for once. Hopefully we can actually have a sunny performance to go with the weather. Heinz into Schaub. Skiri. Rafael Leao making that run. It's a great run. He's got there ahead of the keeper as well, who's made a good save. Very, very nearly 1-0 Köln in the opening 5 minutes or so. It's been ages since we scored more than 1 goal in a game. Absolutely ages. Love to do it here against Schalke if we can. Skiri to Schaub. Here's Florian Kainz. Still kicking myself, but missing that chance with him. The end of the Bayern game. Is that a foul? It is. Chance for a free kick. I don't know if we have any free kick specialists, do we? Let's have a look. Florian Kainz is the man that's on it, and no, I'd need Podolski off the bench, so we'll lay it short. Leao will get that to Skiri. Back to Leao. Through the gap. Florian Kainz. Oh! Pulls it past the post. I just can't score with Florian right now. Oh, nice little 1-2 with Bergstaller. Oh, he's done me there with that sharp turn. And Bergstaller's nicely around the corner there to Uth, side netting. Took that early and quickly to try and catch the keeper out. Certainly caught me out. I didn't expect him to hit it that early. But thankfully, he wasn't accurate with the finish. Bergstaller. Miranda. Mascarell. Oh, lovely ball floated over the top. Brilliant ball floated over the top to Skippy. Turns inside well. Uth. Oh, Grealish. Wide of the target from Jack Grealish, thankfully. On his left, you didn't really fancy him, but still the keeper dived just to make sure and cover his angles. Less than 25 minutes to go. I haven't really threatened in this second half. Schindler, two layout. We knock it long and get around the player. Just no strength. None of my players have any strength. And it's so frustrating. Just can't power past anyone. Lack of strength, lack of pace, lack of desire, lack of ability. Everybody. There's just a distinct lack of everything at this football club. Oh, lack of points in the league as well so far. But can we change that with a big final 15? Rafael Leao. He's in again. Florian Kainz is onside this time. I'll drill it hard and low this time and we'll score this time. Yes! Florian Kainz makes it Schalke 1. Haha, I love that. Schalke 0 even. FC Köln 1. Oh, at last! The relief. And it wasn't even the best of finishes either. Keeper really should have done better. If I'd have done that against Bayern, we might have gotten a point there. Oh, it's just in that window where the keeper's not sure whether to dive down with his hands or go with his legs. And thankfully, it's paid off. Florian Kainz on this occasion, in the 76th minute, gives us the lead. Will this be our first win in 6? Out wide there to Danny Caligiuri, back to Skippy. Options in the middle here for them. Skiri's drawn across from CDM. Here's Danny Caligiuri, nice block by Kainz, whose throw will that be theirs. Changes to be made. Just to keep fresh faces on the field of play. We'll bring on Drexler. And just for sheer strength, we'll bring on Cordoba and move Rafael Leao out wide. I just need to hold the ball up if we can get it up that other end. And ensure that we do not concede in the last 9 minutes. So desperate for this win. So desperate for this win. Where we get, throw the ball, please. Thank you. Kainz has done well. Oof. And the counter. Drexler. Cordoba. I thought you want to hold the ball up, pal. You've not really done that very well there, have you? Stambouli finds Bergstaller. Don't dive in. Don't give away a pen. Jack Grealish. Skiri does well. Didn't have to dive in. Not that long. Rafael Leao. Pace to burn in behind. The one player in my team that has pace. That's why we brought him in on loan in the first place. We'll pull this back. And Drexler. Good save by Nubel. Thought for a moment we were going to score a second goal for the first time in God knows how long. Oh... Cordoba wide of the target. We very nearly did again score a second goal for the first time in God knows how long. The fans are loving it. Look, all of the... at least they were right to the very last moment. All the scarves held high. It's been a while since this home team have seen a victory for their favourites. For their beloved. 2 minutes stand between us and that 3-point haul. Oh, Konate down the left. I'm so nervous of conceding in the last minute now. Konate. Here's Grealish. Oh, Timo Horn with a big save. In the 4th minute of 2 added on. A corner. Grealish delivers. Away by a adhesive way. Get to it first. Anywhere will do. The sun shines on Köln again. It's been forever since we've won a game of football. The sweet taste of victory. It's been a while. Florian Kainz with the only goal of the game. It was going to have to be a 1-0 scoreline, wasn't it, if we were going to get a victory? We don't score goals very often at all here at Köln. 36% possession. A smash and grab for us at home. Dortmund batter Freiburg. Dusseldorf lose, our rivals, to Hertha Berlin, who just beat us in the previous game. Thrilled with that. Anton is continuing a hot run of performance. We're very pleased. He deserves all the praise. A clean sheet. Been a while since that happened as well. Finally, FC Köln wins and the poor run of form is over. Do you hope to build on this in your following match? Of course, we're certainly ready to turn things around. And the final question, you managed to win a close match with a decisive goal in the second half. What do you think the difference, or what do you think made the difference in today's game? I don't know whether we were the better team. I think it's just time to focus on the next match and try and build on that. Oh, I cannot tell you how thrilled I am to have been able to get that victory. Anthony Modesta is unhappy, and certainly I can understand why, but certainly, hopefully he can understand why he's not playing, because he's not good enough. Cozziello will have another training module. As our players continue to grow, we'll move into the month of March then for tomorrow's episode. We are 10th in the league and 9 points away from Frankfurt in 7th. We've Paderborn first next. International management offer from India. No, thank you, I'm afraid. Right, how far are we from those European spots? 13 points with 10 games to go. It's a long way. It's a big ask. But I promise you I will fight, as Bayern are for the title. They've closed the gap at the top. It's definitely a two-horse race. But either horse could win, and they're locked on goal difference as well. Talk about evenly matched. We've Paderborn away to start us off in the next one, followed by Mainz, followed by Fortuna Dusseldorf. I will see you tomorrow, where hopefully we can start winning back-to-back games rather than losing back-to-back games. I'll see you then.